Self-love is not a bath bomb. It is not a spa day. It is not a glass of wine and a good playlist. Those things are beautiful, and they are not self-love. They are self-care, and the two are not the same thing. Real self-love, the kind that actually transforms your life, is the hardest thing you will ever do, because real self-love asks you to disappoint people, to choose your peace over someone else's comfort, to look someone in the eye who loves you and say, "This doesn't work for me anymore." It costs you things you thought you needed: people, approval, comfort, familiarity. And on the other side of all of that, the most free you have ever been. Today on Empower Her Vibes, we're getting into the hardest love, the one that changes everything.
You thought when you left you took the best part of me with you, but everything you broke down I built it back and added more too. I've been sitting at the table that I built with my own hands. Took my power back and now you're finally starting to understand. Tried to dim my light, funny how I'm blinded now. Try to shut me down, can't even find me now. Every door you close just push me to the window. Every time you underestimated me, you helped me grow. This is my throne, I built it out of every broken piece. Every tear I cried is in the foundation, baby, underneath. This is my throne, and ain't no Gordy taking my seat. I've been through the valley, now I'm standing at the key. My throne.
Welcome back to Empower Her Vibes. I am Kalonda, and I want to start today by being really honest with you. This episode is the one I almost did not record. Not because I do not believe what I am about to say, because I believe it so fully that it still moves me every time I sit down with it. We live in a culture that has commodified self-love, made it pretty and painless and packaged in pastel colors. And I am here today to tell you, real self-love has very little in common with what is being sold. Real self-love is not always soft. It is sometimes the hardest, loneliest, most courageous thing you will ever do. And it is worth every single cost it asks of you. Today, we are going into all of it. What real self-love requires, what it costs, why we resist it, what lives on the other side, and how you actually build it as a daily practice. This is the episode I needed 3 years ago. Let's go. I need to name some things that feel like self-love, but are not. Because I spent a long time doing these, calling them self-love, and wondering why my life was not actually changing. Affirmations without action is not self-love. It is wishful thinking. Telling yourself I am worthy in the mirror while accepting treatment that says otherwise is not self-love. It is a conflict. Self-love is not what you do in the safe spaces. It is what you do in the difficult ones. It is not how you treat yourself when it is easy. It is how you treat yourself when it costs something. Where are you practicing the appearance of self-love without doing the actual work of it? Where does your self-love stop and the performing of self-love begin? Here is the honest list. Real self-love requires you to disappoint people. When you start choosing yourself consistently, some people will not be happy. Some relationships will not survive the new version of you. Real self-love requires you to tolerate being misunderstood. You will be called selfish, told you have changed, as if change were an accusation. Real self-love requires you to grieve because when you start choosing yourself, you will sometimes have to grieve the relationships that cannot hold the real you. What are you currently tolerating in a relationship, a situation, within yourself that real self-love would ask you to address? If self-love leads to freedom, why is it so profoundly difficult? Why do we resist it with everything we have? The first reason, we have been taught subtly, repeatedly, thoroughly that self-love is selfish, that good women put others first, that love means sacrifice. And so when self-love asks us to put ourselves first, it collides with that deep conditioning. And the guilt feels like moral evidence that we are doing something wrong. But guilt is not a moral compass. Guilt is a conditioned response. And a conditioned response can be reconditioned. The second reason, we do not trust what is on the other side. We know what we have right now. Even if it is painful, it is known. And the brain prefers known pain to unknown possibility. The third reason, and this is the one that lives deepest, we do not believe we deserve it, not all the way down. When the moment comes to act as though we do, something in us asks, but am I really worth that? The answer is yes, unconditionally, without performance, without earning it. You are worth it. You were worth it before you were old enough to know the question was being asked. Which of those three, the guilt, the fear of the unknown, or the deep doubt about your own worth, is the one that stops you most often? Self-love is not a reward for getting yourself together. It is the foundation on which you get yourself together. Most of us are waiting until we are healed enough, fixed enough, far enough along before we give ourselves the full love we deserve. We treat self-love as a graduation prize, but that has it exactly backward. Self-love is not what you arrive at, it is what you practice on the way. It is the soil, not the fruit. You cannot build a real life on a foundation of self-content. You cannot heal from a place of self-rejection. When you commit to real self-love, when you actually begin to live as though you are worth showing up for, something happens that I can only describe as coming home, not to a place, to yourself. All the parts you edited away, stored in the back of a closet, deemed too much for certain rooms, they start to return. Meeting yourself again after years of absence is one of the most remarkable experiences available to a human being. If you fully committed to real self-love, not the bath bomb version, the actual version, what do you imagine your life would look like 1 year from today? Here are a few tools I'd like for you to practice this week. Tool 1. The cost benefit of staying small. Take 15 minutes and do this in your journal. Draw a line down the center of a page. On the left, write the real cost of not loving yourself. The exhaustion, the resentment, the dreams you have deferred. On the right, write what real self-love would require, the specific things you would have to change. The cost of staying small is not free. It has been charging you every single day. See it clearly, then decide. Tool 2, the one standard you will hold this week. Real self-love is built in single decisions. Choose one specific, concrete standard that you are going to hold for yourself this week. Not a vague intention. I will not apologize for needs that are legitimate. I will not stay in conversations that are disrespecting me. One standard, 7 days. Tool 3. Say this to yourself out loud. Stand in front of a mirror and say these words slowly. I am sorry for the times I did not choose you. I am sorry for the times I made you small to keep other people comfortable. I am choosing you now. Starting today, you may feel foolish. Say it anyway. Say it through the emotion. You deserve the love you have been giving to everyone else, not a fraction of it, not the leftover pieces after you have taken care of the world. The full, undiluted, unconditional version. You deserve that for yourself, from yourself, first. Claim your throne. I love you. I will see you next week.